Good evening, good evening. Good evening. Trace your pain. There you will find your purpose. Trace your pain and you will find your purpose. Alright, listen, trace your pain. There you will find your purpose. I want to really talk to a lot of folks on here that's really trying to discover purpose. Trying to discover purpose. I think that is very important. I think that it's extremely important for us to understand where and how we find purpose. I heard a mentor of mine told me, Mr. Mike Murdock, right? Mike Murdock said that you can find your purpose by tracing your pain. It is a discovery that all of us, we desire. We desire for us to understand why were we put here on earth. I think that it's very important for you and I to really discover our purpose, because it's in our purpose where we find fulfillment. It is in our purpose when the day is over, when the day is done, that's where we feel fulfilled. Have you ever felt fulfillment before? I can tell you that fulfillment is not in money. I can tell you fulfillment is not in vehicles and anything that is materialistic. Now, I heard another mentor of mine says, never put, your purpose, never tie your purpose into things that depreciate. And I want you to understand this, because I can go to the story. Several years ago, I had a goal that I set. I was selling cars at this particular time, and I wanted to make a certain amount of money. And this particular amount of money I've never made in my whole entire life. As a matter of fact, my mother never made anything close to this. But I set a goal on that first day of that month. My mind, I was thinking I was going to feel some type or some level of fulfillment. So I hit that goal. Matter of fact, I surpassed that goal. My goal was to make $8,000. And this was years ago. My goal was to make $8,000 that month. After everything was said, family, would you believe that because I put my mind to it, I made 14 grand that month? Now, some of you on this live feed would say, okay, man, I would be extremely excited or happy that goal was accomplished. But believe it or not, family, when I accomplished that goal, it was not the feeling that I expected. There it was. I accomplished my goal. It was tied to a particular materialistic situation. But I still, inside of my spirit, I didn't feel fulfilled. Then I discovered that our purpose is not tied to anything dealing with money, anything dealing with a house, anything dealing with a vehicle. Our purpose is tied to necessarily people. It is tied when we are moving in the way we were predestinated for us to actually move. Now, let me tell you this. The chair that I'm sitting on right now, right? This chair has a purpose. The purpose of this chair is for me to sit, right? All right. I'm sitting next to this fire, right? The purpose of this fire in this particular setting, it is there to keep me warm, right? So we have to discover what our purpose is in the setting that we're in the state that you're in the environment that you're in the workplace that you're in. When we find our purpose is where we find fulfillment. You can trace your pain. See, if you want to find your purpose, I want you to trace your pain. Trace your pain. All right? Listen, I want you to share this with somebody that you know that You know those folks, you know those family members, you know those close loved ones that have been crying out, Lord, what am I here for? God, why did you allow me to survive so many attacks? Have you ever questioned yourself? God, how did you allow me to get over that challenge? How did you allow me to get and defeat cancer? How did you allow me to defeat diabetes? Why did you allow me to live another day? Trace your pain. Listen, when you trace your pain, you will find and discover your purpose. Let me give you an example for myself. After that goal was accomplished of me making 8,000, right? But I made 14,000. My heart wasn't fulfilled. Honestly, it felt like another day to me. Then I started to look at everything that I got disgusted about. See, what I was disgusted about, and this is me tracing my pain, I was disgusted with people moving and operating in the spirit of average. I would feel a level of fire and passion for people to get to the next level. I would feel a level of sincerity, or I would feel hurt when I saw someone who had so much potential and it wasn't moving in that direction. So when I traced my pain, I found my purpose, which is to uplift, educate, and elevate. You follow me? So as you're on this live feed right now, I really want you to reflect and think about everything that has caused you to feel some level of compassion, everything that may have caused you to feel some level of hurt, whether it's you looking at foster kids, right? Seeing them without any parents, seeing them, you may see someone that may be homeless. Trace your pain and you will discover your purpose. Your purpose in that particular situation would be maybe to develop some type of home for the homeless. In that particular situation of you might want to develop some type of housing, or you want to develop some type of program for the state for these kids to find parents. I don't know what it is, but I need you to right now reflect on the thing that hurts you. The acronym for why? It's what hurts you. WHY. Sorry about that. What hurts you? Why are you doing the thing that you're doing? It is not tied to your place of employment. I am sorry. That is what you're doing. But God has a special assignment that no one else can accomplish. I said it yesterday on the broadcast, that you are a sum total of 1 billion years of thinking. You hear me? Listen, angels discuss you hourly. I want you to understand that every attack that you may have overcame, God just sheltered you from so many other attacks. Yes, housing for the elderly. See, if you trace your pain, right? Trace your pain and you will discover your purpose. What hurts you? See, some of us, we try to back off the things that hurt us. We try to avoid the very thing that God is trying to get. See, what God has placed in you, He has placed a special, a special area of compassion in that area for a particular purpose. It is for you to move directly into your purpose. Your purpose is in your pain. Your purpose is in your your message is in your mess. It is in our mess. The mess that we are in, the challenges that we face today, family, it is where we can discover our pain. I hate when people operate on potential. I really want to do something about it. What is something that you would like to be done of? What is something that when you see it, you get disgusted about? When you see it, you just get distraught about. That is where you will discover your purpose. I came to find those on this line who are passionate about discovering their purpose. Purpose is where you will find what you've been searching for. I'm sorry, I can't talk about purpose without talking about God. Listen, it is impossible for us to talk about purpose without talking about God. He is the one that has discovered us. He is the one that created us. He is the one that made us who we are today. He is the one. He is the one that he is the giver of the gift that God. See, some of us, we have gifts, but we have to search to the giver. The giver of the gift is the one we're supposed to be looking towards if we're looking for purpose. Because he's the one that gave you the compassion for that, right? Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Lisa. Yes, housing for the elderly. I know what's going on. Dill, what's up? What's up? I just wanted to have this discussion. Very quick discussion, nothing serious. I was thinking about you. I was seriously thinking about those who are yearning to get to the next level. And as I was thinking, I'm reflecting back on my story when God delivered me from being shot 6 times. When God allowed me to get another chance. When he allowed me to survive several car accidents. All the mistakes and all the mess that I've created for myself. What he was doing, he was preparing me. See, the scripture says that he will prepare a place before us in the presence of our enemies. See, this is why I use the terminology. When God puts you on, no one can take you off. This is why we should not put our expectations in men. We only need to look to the source. When we look to the source, he will provide a resource. This is why the Tower of Babel was destroyed, because they were not looking to the source of their work. Trust me, I've tried to build things without God. Trust me, I've tried to build several businesses without God. It was not until I really sought the Lord, who is the source, and he provided a resource. I want to encourage you right now. Many of you on this line, you may feel that the hedge of protection has been lifted off of your life. I promise you, you've done nothing wrong. It is only the journey that you must endure so that he can make you who he wants you to become. You hear me? I want you to catch that. The challenges, the roadblocks, the setbacks, the disappointments, these are all strategic moves of God preparing you for a greater place. That greater place is always uncomfortable. I want you to understand that you've done nothing wrong. It is just a part of your story. It is truly a part of your story. Yes, the challenges that you faced. Listen, I want you to understand these challenges are strategic. It is chess, not checkers, people. I said it yesterday on the broadcast with my wife. I said, listen, I want you to understand that when you pick up your assignment, you will pick up enemies. When you ask God for a future, he will assign and he will schedule an enemy. Anytime you sense any unusual warfare around your life, it is a soul, it is an indication that God is granting you a new territory on earth. Giants are not the sign that you've exited Egypt. Giants are the sign that you are entering into Canaan, the promised land. You hear me? Giants are the sign that you're entering into the promised land. I want you to understand. I want you to be encouraged. Trace your pain and you will find your purpose. Trace your pain and you will find your purpose. So that's it. Just wanted to drop that nugget to you. We love you. Listen, I want you to look inwardly. As you reflect tonight, before you go to bed, I want you to look inwardly. Find out everything that troubled you. Find out everything that has troubled you over the past 6 months. When you see it, does it disgust you? When you see it, does it hurt you? When you see it, does it move you? If something moves you, I promise you, your purpose is attached to it. See, your purpose is attached to it. I think I heard Lisa talk about, let me go down. Lisa talked about a housing for the elderly. That means that, Lisa, if I'm right or wrong, let me know. When you see a home for the elderly, if it's not done correctly, does it hurt you? Does it move you? Does compassion grab you? If it does, that is your true purpose. You hear me? Your purpose is found in your passion. Your purpose is found in your pain. Channel that pain. Channel that pain. Pain is the indication that you're going to the next level. Listen, your story is so much better. Your story is so much powerful when you've overcame challenges. The size of your assignment will dictate the size of your challenges. So if you feel that you're going through an enormous amount of challenges, it is because God has an enormous assignment for you and your family. The person that trains the most, typically the person that practices the most, typically become champions, right? We're looking at Stephen Curry right now. You look at LeBron James, you look at Kobe Bryant, you look at Michael Jordan, all the greats in this game of basketball. See, some of us, we look at the game, but I want you to pay attention to the practice. See, while you're going through those challenges, that's practice. While you're overcoming that cancer, that is practice. Right now, you might can't pay your bills. That's practice. Right now, your business might not be going in the direction that you want. It is practice. Because it's in practice, right? It is in practice that will dictate what will happen in the game. Yes, caregivers, seeing them going without, oh man, I do overtime and my daughter ain't going to finish what I started. Love my clients. See, trace your purpose, trace your pain, and you will discover your purpose. All right, I am out. Please share this with someone. I really didn't plan on doing this maybe 20 minutes ago, but as I was just sitting next to this fire, I just reflected and I thought of you, people who are crying out, trying to find and discover their purpose. And see, one more last thing. When you found your purpose, there's no competition. Don't try to compare yourself to someone else, because remember, no one else has what you have. So there's no need to compete. There's no need to hate. There is no need to have envy when you discover your purpose. This is why champions compete with themselves and chumps compete with people. I want you to hashtag that. Champions compete with themselves, but chumps compete with other people. It is only when we have a scarcity mentality, family, that we want to hate on someone else. I promise you, find your purpose by tracing your pain. And once you have discovered your purpose, I promise you, the only person you need to compete with is the person that's in the mirror. I promise you, I need you to share this with everybody that you know. Trace your pain and you will discover your purpose. Share this with people that you know. People that you know that's on fire for their purpose. People that you know that's on the brink of a breakthrough. People that you know that's in the proximity of a breakthrough. You hear me? When you walk through Harris Teeter, when you walk through Food Line, when you walk through Piggly Wiggly, I promise you, it is only when you get in the proximity of the sensors of the doors is when that door will open. How do you know that? When you get in that area, when you get in those sensors, the door will slide open, right? But the minute that you decide to back off that area, back off that sensor, the doors will close. Don't let that door close on you. Go towards your pain. Confront that giant. Confront Goliath. after you've overcome Goliath. There, you will sit on the throne of your purpose. God bless you. God bless your family. And God most certainly bless your dreams. This is your boy, Adrian Townsend. Never let anybody's opinions dictate your actions. We out.